I will teach you things that are the biggest turn-ons for women. There are things that you can do regardless of what you like that would make you more attractive and be a turn-on for women that go further than the way you look. Warning, I will be sharing 9 rules. Give me your full attention, because what I am going to share with you, each and every word is important. Just because you are not handsome, it does not mean you cannot turn on women. You don't have to be a 10, looks wise. I would actually argue that someone looks wise who is a 10 with a 0 personality is way less attractive than someone who is a 6 with looks, a 10 in personality. So pay attention. Rule number 1, be decisive. Women love a man who is decisive. So a man is just going to make a choice. If he is going out to dinner with a girl, he knows exactly where he wants to go. It's not like he is gonna ask you, what do you want? Or what are you in the mood for? No, women want a man who takes control and is decisive. So confidence is also very important. It is absolutely everything. Without confidence, you are nothing to her because girls like a confident man. So be confident, even if you're not a very confident person. Some girls like a guy who is nervous and even shy around him, but don't go overboard with it. If the girl is shy, be confident. If the girl is confident, feel free to act somewhat shy. Keep your shoulders straight and your chin high, and don't be afraid to look her in the eyes. You're communicating through your body language that you're strong, brave, and worthy of her attention. Confidence is something that does not come naturally for a lot of people. It is something you have to practice, and I know that sucks, and I wish I could tell you that you just wake up and are confident, which maybe some people can do, but for a lot of people, it is much harder and requires much more internal struggle for that. I think confidence is self-love, knowing what you offer, knowing who you are, what you are into, and what your passions are. It is something that many people struggle with. Be confident, don't care what anybody else is doing, and love yourself. So being confident is everything. Rule number 2, be gentleman, but not a good egg. Being nice and polite is something that every gentleman should be. I have never met a real gentleman who treated women with disrespect. Be polite, be a gentleman, but don't be needy. Being a gentleman and being a nice guy are not the same. In fact, a real gentleman and a nice guy are 2 completely different persons. The dangerous misbelief that a lot of sexually frustrated men have is that being polite, nice, and treating women with respect will lead to lonely nights and endless masturbation sessions in front of the laptop. They automatically assume that this behavior is counterproductive for their seduction success, even though every real gentleman lives by those rules. Eventually, they believe that the other extreme, that is the complete opposite of being nice and polite, is the answer. That's how men who have a great potential to become incredibly successful seducers turn into misogynistic assholes who end up on the pickup artist hate forum. I know that you don't really want to become one of those guys. I hope that you decide to become one of the few real gentlemen out there. People will say girls love it when you give them your jacket and open a car door for them. And also some people say chivalry is dead. Be like a rock. Don't care about women. Talk less with her. No, it's not. You just have to find that there is a fine line between being a gentleman and a nice guy. There are many men, good men and great men, give up their seats for the elderly women and men, open doors for others, and help them lift suitcases up the stairs. Every woman crave for a man who knows his responsibility in social and personal space. I know women could do these things by themselves, but when someone else does it, the majority of women would absolutely melt when you did this for them. We all love gentlemen who care for us and are kind to us. So open a door for her and give her your jacket if she said she felt cold, and just be someone who's polite to others. You'd be really surprised at how uncommon it is to find a well-mannered gentleman in today's age. But gentleness is not being nice. Rule number 3, sense of humor. I would argue that this is one of the most important ones. I'm not saying you need to be the funniest person on the planet. I'm not saying you just have to crack a joke all the time. You just have some sort of sense of humor. It's a great tool to turn something bad into something good, and people love to be surrounded by someone who can make them laugh. Being funny is something which can help you in every aspect of your life. From making connections with your peers to getting your crush to like you. Having a good sense of humor will always add to your arsenal when socially interacting with someone. We don't all start by being the class clown or the joker, but you can practice it. A great sense of humor is going to be an instant turn-on. You don't have to be the life of the party, but a nice, well-placed joke goes a long way, and it's something that we all enjoy and want to be around. Just be a good supporter and have a sense of humor. Number 4, compliment. I'm not saying you have to compliment a girl all the time, but you have to compliment her from time to time. Compliment her as often as you can. Don't overdo it though. Eyeball the smallest of things and point them out in a fascinating manner. Anything as simple as the way her hair looks, her outfit, freckles, dimples, smile, makeup. Compliments are always the way to go. It's a charming way to make a girl feel special. I think this would also be considered something other than a physical compliment. Compliment her on her intelligence, her promotion, her work, or the good grades she got on a test. Things that are not just physical are also considered compliments, and a lot of times they are needed more and mean more. So you have to compliment her because it's a big turn on for her. Number 5, be on time. This is a big one because it shows you can multitask and prioritize your time. And this shows that you make time for things that are important to you. And women fit into that category of things that are important to you. So if you are on a date and you are an hour late, it shows that girls are not important to you because people make time that is important to them. And if women get the place in the category that is important to you, she's going to feel special. When you are prompt and punctual, this shows a woman that you care and that you're respectful towards her. That's always going to be something that turns us on. Now, it may not be a turn-on that we necessarily notice, but we're definitely going to notice if you're always late, because that is a huge instant turn-off for us. So keep in mind that you don't want to be late on every single day you go on. It's not good, guys. Being punctual is so much sexier than you think. Showing them you can prioritize your time and make time for the things that are important to you is a huge one. Number 6, cleanliness. So you know that you don't need to have perfect abs, perfect skin. But the minimum things you should be doing are taking a shower every day, taking care of yourself, and making sure your hygiene is on point. You need to pay attention to the little things. You need to get a proper haircut. You need to brush your teeth. You need to shower and put on deo. It's a huge turn-on for a woman to see a man who takes care of himself. When you lead a healthy lifestyle and are well-dressed, so make sure you do these things, especially when you meet up with a girl or are FaceTiming with a girl. You have to look your best. When you look your best, you feel your best. So just put in an extra effort and make sure you are paying attention to your cleanliness. You should look clean, smell clean, and live in a clean place. These are all attractive to women. So take care of yourself and take care of your space. Paying attention to these little things helps you more than you think. Rule number 7, keep your words. This one is really important because without your words, you are absolutely nothing. She should be able to feel that you keep your word. So you wouldn't be one of those guys that is full of empty promises, who would be one of those if you say something you have to do. You follow your words. Sometimes it is difficult, but if it happens continuously, it'll lead to a big turnoff. So make sure you are seeking to keep your promises. If you feel you can't keep your promise, just don't make it. It's okay to say no to things, but it's important to stick to your words. If you say you're going to do something, you better do it. And if you can't do that, don't make the promise first. Be an honest guy. Be a guy who sticks to his promise and keeps his word. It's so much more for the girls than you can imagine. And it's a huge turn-on. Bonus rule. So this is definitely a secret tip and maybe even a bit manipulative, but definitely not anything evil or negative. Just ask her to do something for you. There is a psychological effect called the Benjamin Franklin effect that goes like this. You ask a girl to do something for you. She does it. she subconsciously likes you a bit more. You might be asking, why though? Well, when we do stuff for people, our brain thinks, since we do something for someone, we must like them. Benjamin Franklin used this techniques on his rivals and political opponents to get them to like him more. It worked so well, they named it the Benjamin Franklin effect. Also, something called the consistency bias. After someone has done something for you a couple times, they're more likely to do more for you just because they don't want to look inconsistent. Ask for things like picking up a pencil, for notes in class, giving someone a paper, and even small errands. But don't overdo it though, or she will feel like you're using her. If you want to know how to make any girl wet, just sitting next to her, watch this video on your screen. Thank you.